Hey there, Dr. Darcy here with a cool perspective for you. If you've ever had the thought or the feeling of, I think this self love stuff, in theory, it's a good idea, but Darcy, it's probably not for me because the truth is, I don't really love myself. As a matter of fact, I don't even like myself all that much. And here's the cool perspective, it's just that self love is a choice. The practice of self love is a choice. And the reason that's so important is because over the years that I've been teaching and practicing and teaching and practicing and writing and creating content about self love, one of the biggest things is not realizing that it's literally just a choice. If I feel really good about myself already, I can choose to do a self love practice. If I don't like myself at all, either if I've never practiced this at all for my whole life, or maybe I'm just having a cruddy day where I'm feeling a lot of self criticism, even then, to do a self love practice, it's just a choice. There is so much weight that comes off of us metaphorically, energetically, when we go, oh, that means I don't have to be like perfect before I practice loving myself. Nope, you don't have to be perfect. I don't have to like myself before I start to practice self love. Nope. You don't even have to like yourself. As you practice self love practices, as you practice self love tools and techniques, you will start to honor yourself more, like yourself more, love yourself more, care about how you feel, go at a pace that makes you feel good, listen to your inner guidance more, like all the juicy good things. You'll start to create the life that you want. That's a real thing. But you don't need to be there before you start practicing self love. So, the perspective I want you to just chew around on all week, all day at least, is this self love thing. It's just a choice. And I want you to think about it like learning a new language. And I know we've talked about that before, but truly think about that. If there was something that you didn't know how to do, so it feels awkward, it feels weird, but for a lot of things like learning a new language, learning an instrument, learning, a dance. We don't wait until we already know how to do it before we start. We just make a choice. We know it's going to probably be awkward or uncomfortable just because it's new and it's unfamiliar. It's just a choice. Sometimes the thing that gets people kind of messed up is like, hey, Darcy, when I see like a puppy or a kitten, I just adore it. I don't have to choose to love it. And that's true. I mean, I get it. I totally get it. The same way with our kids or best friends or spouses or significant others. There's certain people in our life that it feels like, well, we don't have to work on feeling love to them. It's usually not always and not perfect, except for things like little, somebody else's puppies or kitties or kid, because then we can be done with them when they get annoying. But I get the point. It's like, well, that I don't have to like choose. There are certain things or people or animals that it just comes oozing out of me. So the assumption maybe is I can't practice self love until I feel love for myself oozing out of me. I think most of us lost that natural tendency when we were really little kids, mostly because, there's a million reasons. For sure, we were not role modeled it. We didn't, most of us, see our parents and caregivers looking in the mirror like, oh, they love you so much. You're a sacred being of light. Most of them didn't say that. And while most of them couldn't say that to us either, they certainly didn't say it to themselves about them. That's our role modeling. So we didn't get it. But instead of thinking you can't practice loving yourself until love spontaneously erupts out of you, just go, oh, self-love is just a choice. The practice of it's just a choice, even if it doesn't feel right. It's not like a puppy or a kitten. It's more like learning a new language or learning an instrument or learning anything else. Oh, it's probably going to be bumpy rides sometimes. Probably is going to make me feel a little awkward or uncomfortable. But then what happens is sometimes when you've been practicing and practicing, and this isn't just me, other people who've worked with me a long time tell me it too. Like sometimes there's this and when you start to feel the preciousness of you, it's really cool. But remember that you don't have to feel like you love you before you start practicing loving yourself. It's a choice. And you don't need to feel like you love you before you start practicing loving you. I'm Dr. Darcy Lord. I'm a self-love expert. I know for sure that when you start practicing loving you, being kind to you, honoring you, putting yourself in your own circle of care, that not only will your life change, but literally you will help uplift the consciousness of the planet as well. If you haven't yet, please please subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up on this if you found it beneficial and share it with somebody. Remember to be kind to you today. And here's the one I give everybody often. If I chose to be kind to myself, what do I need right now? Just ask yourself while you give yourself that mantra perspective, like, hey, self-love is just a choice. It's just a choice. I can do it if I feel like it today. So if I chose to be kind to myself, what do I need right now? Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again next time.